Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So the last update about Guddan. Guddan returned to the Jindal house after she was thrown out of the house when she was accused of trying to burn Durga alive. But she later returned back to the house as a wicked mother-in-law, and she begins to punish Saraswati and Durga. Meanwhile, AJ is so interested in finding out the real culprit who tried to kill Durga and put the blame on Guddan. Let's continue. Guddan and AJ are in the room. Guddan's blanket flies and falls outside their house. Guddan and AJ goes behind the blanket to get it. They go out and it is dark while Guddan is afraid of the dark. She is scared as she walks and a mouse touches her legs and she screams. Guddan tells AJ that they should go back and they don't need the blanket. AJ and Guddan are about to leave, but Guddan sees something falling on the road. They reach there and they find the piece of the sari they have seen in the video footage. The sari piece has a tailor's name who has stitched it. AJ tells Guddan that this means that they are very close to the culprit, which is why the culprit tried to finish these proofs. They decided to go to the tailor's shop the next day. Guddan and AJ goes to the tailor's shop to ask him that does he know who has stitched this dress from him. The tailor says that the sari is from his shop and he had only few pieces of that sari which were all sold. Guddan and AJ request the tailor to give them the details of the customer who have purchased the sari. The tailor refuses and says that he cannot give any of his customers' information. They beg the tailor but he doesn't agree. Guddan joins her hands together and requests the tailor to show them the details as this can help them gain their lost respect. The tailor then agrees and shows them a register. They read the names on the register but they fail to recognize anyone in the register. AJ and Guddan gives the tailor the register and they are about to leave, but the tailor tells them that there's one more lady who had come and asked him to stitch the same sari within a day. The tailor said that the woman forced him to stitch the sari, and even when he refused, she offered him double the money and asked him to make it. The tailor says that his daughter's wedding is nearing, so he agreed and he stitched the dress for the lady. Guddan and AJ are shocked to hear this, and they ask the tailor whether he knows the woman's name or maybe he can recognize her. The tailor tells AJ and Guddan that the lady refused to tell him her name and she had worn a burqa, so he could not see her face. The tailor tells them that the lady had given her address to get the delivery and he has the address. The tailor shows AJ and Guddan the lady's address and they are shocked to see that the address is the Jindal's house. AJ is very angry and he is about to leave, but Guddan asks AJ to calm down. Guddan and AJ returned home and AJ is in anger. Guddan tells AJ to calm down and solve the matter peacefully, but AJ tells Guddan that the culprit is from their house and he cannot tolerate this. AJ rushes and goes inside the house and Guddan tries to stop AJ and says that she thinks that the culprit must not be from their family. Inside the house, everyone is having mango and they are happily chatting. Grandma tells Durga that the mangoes are very nice and sweet. Shanti says that they are sweet but not as sweet as those mangoes which they get in their village. Shanti tells everyone that her husband used to bring those mangoes for her and he will bring it even today when he comes to take her. AJ enters in anger and Guddan tells him that we can have a talk calmly. Shanti sees AJ and Guddan coming and she taunts Guddan that Guddan looks sad and it seems that she has accepted her defeat. Shanti tells Guddan that she is here for some time so Guddan can apologize to her. AJ stops Shanti and tells her that there are much more important things than a silly fight. AJ asks Durga to call the other family members immediately. Suddenly, AJ gets a call and he is shocked. Guddan asks AJ that who is on the phone and what had happened. AJ informs everyone that Pushpa, that is Shanti's husband boss, met with an accident. Shanti is shocked to hear that her husband had an accident. She says that this cannot happen and she faints. Guddan oaths Shanti and asks her to calm down and says maybe Pushpa is not in that bus. AJ gets a call again and he tells everyone that he got a call from the hospital to take away Pushpa's belongings. Everyone is shattered and sad to know that Pushpa is no more. Pushpa's funeral ritual begins. Angad serves water to everyone and he comes near Revati to give her water, but Pav watches them in anger. Some ladies comes near Shanti to take off her sindor and her bangles, but she refused to remove it. But the ladies force her and tell her that this is tradition. Shanti is not ready to remove her bangles and Sindor, but the ladies force her and Guddan stops them. Guddan asks the ladies if they cannot see that Shanti is sad and she is fighting her own battle because of the death of her husband. A woman says that this is ritual and Shanti has always favored it. Guddan says she respects them, but Shanti doesn't want to take them off, so no one should force them. The woman tells Guddan that today's generation girls like you won't understand tradition. Durga gets up and stops Guddan and says that the situation may be sad, but they need to behave strictly and follow the tradition. Guddan says no, she cannot allow them to do this to Shanti. Durga argues and says that Shanti would have done the same if she was in her place. Durga says we have to do the tradition, even if Shanti wants to do it or not. Guddan shouts at Durga and says no one will force Shanti. Durga says don't do this drama. She doesn't believe in all this either. Guddan holds Shanti's hand and says that she will be Shanti's friend and she sits down with Shanti and hugs her. Suddenly, Pushpa arrives there and calls Shanti. Shanti and everyone are delighted to see him and Shanti runs and takes his blessings. Pushpa tells Shanti that he missed his boss because he was buying mangoes for her, so he was not in the bus that had an accident. Guddan says that if Pushpa is alive, then they should remove the garland on his photo. Later on, Shanti and Pushpa are about to leave. Shanti tells Guddan that she will make her friend and she hugs her. Guddan is happy and she smiles. Guddan is seeking Shanti's blessings. Surprisingly, Shanti accepted Guddan and her friendly attitude. Shanti removes the compulsion parlor for the ladies in the house. Shanti also says that Guddan has changed her completely with her friendly attitude. Guddan, AJ, Grandma and Lakshmi are happy as Shanti feels proud to have Guddan as her daughter-in-law. Shanti also accepts that her strict attitude was wrong. She also believes that Guddan is innocent in Durga's case and says that she knows that it was not Guddan that tried to burn Durga. Grandma appreciates Guddan for changing Shanti's attitude and Shanti and her husband leaves the Jindal's house, but AJ is still angry because he hasn't found out the real culprit. While Koshala and Revati are about to leave the Jindal house, Angad goes to see them off. Pav gets jealous to see Angad and Revati talking to each other. As Revati and Koshala live in an auto, Angad calls Revati saying that he is missing her. While Angad is busy talking to Revati on the phone, Pav covers Angad's face and beats him badly. Revati gets tensed, but Angad pretends that he is fine, but Revati still worries about him. Meanwhile, AJ asks Guddan for her plan to find out the culprit. Guddan started crying because she misses Shanti when she sees a sari. While Guddan tries to fold the sari, AJ helps her. AJ asks Guddan for the real reason for Guddan being upset. Guddan shares that she cannot believe that she could do such a big thing of changing someone's personality like Shanti. AJ takes a promise from Guddan that she will never cry again. Guddan later on shares her plan with AJ on how to find out the culprit with the help of the proofs. Both AJ and Guddan decided to look for the burqa which the lady had worn while buying the sari from the tailor. AJ tells Guddan that he will be the happiest person if no one from the family is involved in trapping Guddan for Durga's case, and AJ asks Guddan to be unbiased while looking for the proofs, and they both decided to find the culprit together. Okay guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to like the video, share it, and I will see you all again in my next video. See how Shanti scatter mouth for a year. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.